Welcome everyone to Illuminated Productions. I'm Sam, and today I'm going to be talking about Fast Times at Ridgemont High, re-released on Blu-ray, new from Criterion. This was released just last week. I was able to pick up the last copy at Barnes & Noble's, and I had a really good time with this. So today I'm going to be talking about the movie, the video quality of the Blu-ray, the sound, the extras, the packaging, and my overall recommendation. If you enjoy these kinds of videos, please consider subscribing. I fully plan on continuing talking about 4K Blu-rays, specified on titles not getting loads of attention. Hit that bell notification if you want to stay updated. I'm going to be posting videos weekly. So with that, let's jump into Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High is a 1982 release by Universal, directed by Clueless director Amy Heckerling, and written by Cameron Crowe based on his book. This was his first screenplay, and he actually went undercover as a high schooler in Southern California for a year and turned those stories into the book that would be adapted into the screenplay. The film is notable for having a direct point of view from a teenager in which all of the characters are taking themselves very seriously no matter what the circumstance. We get hysterical performances by Sean Penn and Judge Reinhold. We also get stars like Jennifer Jason Leigh, Phoebe Cates, and Forrest Whitaker. The film is pretty episodical and its plot meanders. At first, I wasn't super excited when I heard that this was getting a Blu-ray release from Criterion, because I know there was already a Blu-ray released, but I didn't know that the video quality was so subpar. So this is a definite upgrade from that, and looks at times like possibly a 4K. I know it's a 4K transfer struggle. And of course you can't talk about Fast Times at Ridgemont High without talking about the absolutely iconic soundtrack. Needle drop after needle drop, great songs flooded throughout this movie. A lot of the artists were interested in this film because the director was showing this kind of black and white, unrated cut that was seen as cutting edge and flashy, appealing. Led Zeppelin notably contributed Kashmir to one of their first, if not the first, film contribution of their repertoire. With literally one of the best soundtracks of all time, I would really hope they would slap a 7.1 surround sound track on this, so the audio is a little limited. Other extras include an audio commentary, the TV version of the film with deleted scenes, alternate takes, a interview conversation with Heckerling Crowe and Olivia Wilde, a documentary. Definitely some juicy material here, but a little lackluster in terms of the amount of extras for a Criterion release. The packaging is absolutely stunning. I think it might have benefited from a slip box, a slip cover, or something like that, but the design is really nice. The disc art is stunning. The booklet that they include is really beautiful too. We get an essay by Cameron Crowe, some information about the transfer, and a lot of prints. As a film, it certainly was actor here. His performance and character and his lines alone are worth watching this movie for, no doubt. I would certainly recommend it. I think if you're not a fan, paying full list price for a Criterion Blu-ray might be a bit out of your range or comfort zone, but for the fans out there, I do recommend this title. A little pricey from Criterion, extras lacking a little bit, but all in all, I find this to be a really enjoyable movie. A lot of the details from sets pop out here on the 4K transfer on the Blu-ray like never before. It's certainly a rewatchable movie, one that I always kind of find myself having a good time revisiting, and one that's probably underrated in my own catalog of movies. This actually was a successful movie with a pretty modest budget at around $5 million and getting a return of $27 million, which is pretty outstanding because the film hardly got released because the studio was so skeptical about its raciness and it didn't test well in Orange County with their audience. But nevertheless, word got out and people would go to theaters quoting the movie, and it was a hit. So I am very happy that Criterion re-released this. It really does look outstanding most of the time, except for that intro. It's definitely questionable. And some of the grain can be a bit much at times. I think film grain is a look that may divide viewers. Generally, I'm a fan of it if it's filmic. The contrast proves pretty well. You can make out details with a strong black point still. And we get a lot of iconic scenes and awkward moments, uncomfortable moments, a lot of reality. Everyone is kind of taking on these faux adult roles and taking all of their drama very seriously, as of course most of us did in high school. I think not talking down to the audience really paid off here and really elicits a watch. If you haven't seen it, certainly recommend checking it out. For fans of the movie, definitely pick up the Blu-ray here. You're going to be happy with this, I think.
Obviously, I recommend picking up this title. Sean Penn is mesmerizing. It's one of those movies I grew up with in high school, seeking out these kind of older films like Almost Famous, films set in the past, films with great soundtracks. I think this film falls under all of those categories and really stands out on its own despite its competitors like Dazed and Confused. So I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope you found it a little educational. Until next time, be happy, be good to yourself. You've been great. I've been Sam, and I'll talk to you soon.